Alright, welcome guys. Today we're not gonna start playing Hearthstone, but we are instead gonna look at the new cards that have been revealed yesterday, as well as the cards that have already been revealed at BlizzCon. So, important first card, start at 1 mana, 1/1, doesn't have charge, no need to worry about that. It's Feral Gibberer. What Feral Gibberer does is after attacking the enemy hero, it adds a copy of itself to your hand. Looks a bit like a meme card, but let's start with a bold prediction already. I think it's actually gonna see some play when Patches rotates out. I think it might be a card that we're gonna see in Rogue. I'm not quite sure yet how it's gonna work with that, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be a key card in one of the Rogue decks after the Year of the Kraken has ended. I mean, Rogue wants a lot of small minions, and just being able to keep rolling with those, I think there's gonna be some meme shit going on with this one. So keep an eye on it. Don't just say it's bad just because it looks bad right now. It doesn't mean it's gonna be bad in like 6 months. Alright, so next card. Lesser Jasper Spellstone. Deal 2 damage to a minion, gain 3 armor to upgrade, which is a druid card. It's also gonna upgrade to a 4 damage spell and then to a 6 damage spell. Now, removal has always been something that druids have issues with. If you just flood the board with a lot of different minions, then they only have a swipe to deal with it, or they just put up a wall of taunt. But they can't actually remove things, and I think this card is gonna be pretty great for that. Especially if you need only like 6 armor to upgrade it. If you put like an Earthen Scales on a Medivh, then you're already at that amount, so it's really not that bad. I think this is definitely gonna see play, there's no question about it, especially for the 1 mana cost. That's almost for free, so really good card. At least if you like Druid. Most of us don't, so yeah, thanks Blizzard for this one. Okay, I was switching ties, so let's close this down. Right, there we go. And there we go, okay. Nope. Here we go. Dragos Jailer. At first, people were like, nah, this card's no good. 2 mana for 3 Silver Hand Recruits. What are you gonna do with them? Well, let's take a look at the next card. Oh, it's not actually there. Never mind. Okay, so Dragos Jailer. Add 3 Silver Hand Recruits to your hand. I don't think it's good enough. 2 mana cost is way too much. For 1 mana, it would be too cheap. It would be played all the time, I think. But for 2 mana, just get 0 power down. Nah, definitely not good enough. Even with one of the new cards, which will buff the Silver Hands recruits, I think it's still gonna be too slow of a card. There's probably gonna be 1 mana, which is a bit cheaper than a hero power, so maybe if you want to squeeze some extra 1/1s in there, then you can. But basically, if you're playing this, it dies, you get 3 recruits, then you're just playing a weaker Muster for Battle, because you're playing Muster for Battle without a weapon. Not very good. Even if you can buff it, no, I don't think it will get used too much. But we'll see. Alright, next card is Wandering Monster, a new hunter secret. And it says that when an enemy attacks your hero, summon a 3-cost minion as a nuke target. And at first I was like, okay, so that's original. But then I went to look at the 3-cost minions. I'll just take a look at the neutral ones, and there I see Acolyte of Pain, which just can draw you a card for free. There is, for example, Devilsaur Egg, which will summon you a 5/5, which is really good. There's Egg Snapper, get some Raptors, which are also beasts, I believe, so that's nice. Emperor Cobra, alright. And the advantage of having a 3-cost minion also means that you can't just attack with, say, a Firefly, because then the Firefly just dies if you attack into it. Until most of the minions have like 2 attack, 3 attack. So if you attack, then the Firefly dies. So you have to consider, is it Freezing Trap? Or is it something else? Which minion do I attack first with? Do I go face with, say, the Firefly, and then do I take a stronger minion to attack into another minion, for example? Injured Blade Master is another one that's probably gonna hurt quite a bit if that gets summoned. Yeah, Murloc War Leader, not so much. Scarlet Crusader, also really good one. Actually got this in my Twitch pack, my golden Twitch pack. So it might see some value after all. Not quite in golden version, but still. Silverback Patriarch, it's gonna make a comeback, I guarantee it. People are gonna be so happy to see him. For health, sorry. Really good. Dark Reaper as well, Spawn of Zoff, buff your own minions. Really, really good secret in my opinion. There's gonna be a lot of synergy with it, and yeah, like depending on what cards gets pulled when it pops, you're gonna have some nice advantages of it. So yeah, looking forward to seeing that one in play. Alright, next one is, let's see, Sudden Betrayal. So new rogue secrets this expansion. Really excited about these. So Sudden Betrayal, when a minion attacks your hero, instead it attacks one of its neighbors. This one is pretty okay, but kind of easy to play around. Attack with the lower cost minion, pretty easy. How good is it? It's hard to say. I don't think I would put it in my deck. Because there's also the question, is Kelosef still gonna be a good card to play? That's the question. Is it gonna still be good? Because then I don't want these secrets in my deck, because they're like 2 mana. Which means that there's gonna be like a trade-off, and when a minion attacks your hero, instead it attacks one of its neighbors. If there's a lot of poisonous crab being played, then maybe, but I think in reality people are gonna play around it way too easily, play some cheap minions, attack with those, take a bit of damage, but it's probably not gonna be worth it, especially if Rogue also wants to dagger up on turn 2, for example. You're not gonna play stuff like this. But we'll see. Maybe it will be better than expected. I'm really happy with having it just as a possibility. So, which means it can come from other sources into different classes and should change things up a bit. You can pull this one, which is gonna be great. It's gonna add some more RNG to it. Hooray! So yeah, keep an eye out for this one. I don't think it will get played in Rogue though. This other one, it's a bit slow. Cheat Death, when a friendly minion dies, return it to your hand, costs 2 less. I mean, this would be awesome if you, for example, can play it after a Valspine or a Van Cleave, but for 2 mana it's really slow, and I'm not sure if it's gonna get the value that you want from it. It's also pretty easy to play around. Just kill a cheap minion first, of course keeping into account the other secret. And there's also one extra secret that's still not revealed. Maybe that one has some synergy with these, so that like people don't have as easy of a time to play around it. But we'll see. So yeah, it's kind of like what's it called? I forgot the name. So the one that returns the miniatures. Let's see. Shouldn't forget that one. Shadow Step. It's basically like a 2-mana Shadow Step, which you can't control. If I want this, then I'm probably gonna get a Shadow Step and return it immediately instead of wait for my opponent to make certain attacks, hoping that it's the right minion. So yeah, I don't see it happening by itself. If there's like synergy cards that, for example, buff each other based on secrets being played. So let's say there's like a Edwin Van Cleef that gets +3/+3 just when you play a secret that turn. Okay, sure, then we will consider cheat death. But just by itself, nah, don't see it happening. There's like other cards, as well as the dagger once again on turn 2. So no, I am not a big fan, but maybe there's potential. Alright, then on to the priest cards. Unidentified elixir. Give a minion +2/+2, gain a bonus effect in your hand. And I have them pulled up here. And the bonus effects can be give a minion +2/+2 and lifesteal, divine shield, summon a 1/1 copy of it, or death rattle, return it to your hand. So this is quite a nice card. How it works, I believe, is if you draw it, then it gets a random effect and then it goes into your hand and then you can play it. Especially summon a 1/1 copy of it is gonna be quite good. Divine Shield, sure, for trading. Lifesteal won't be bad. But imagine putting an Elixir of Shadows onto an Obsidian statue, for example. Summon a 1/1 copy of it. Yeah, that's not gonna be fun at all. Death Rattle on that one, really not something that we want to see. Especially in Big Priest, we don't want any of that shit. Not fun to play against. It's, however, a card that I think is gonna be played a lot, but it's not a card that we're gonna like. Just another way to play minions again for Priest, amongst all the resurrects and stuff like that. No. I'm trying to think of some other synergies. Sharash, yeah, free copy of it. Yeah, it's gonna give some interesting synergies. I really don't like giving priests 1/1 copies of any of their minions. But we'll see. It's gonna be a really strong card, I believe. Alright, next one is Dragon Soul. After you cast 3 spells in a turn, summon a 5/5 dragon. For everyone who watched the stream yesterday, they know that they're really focusing on Dragon Priest this expansion. It's become really clear. 3 spells in a turn. Yeah, I think that's pretty easy. And if you're playing Priest with Anduin in it, just play Lyra. This card is probably gonna be good enough because you can play Lyra, you can play this one, and then you can even still use like a silence. You can use a smite still in the same turn all the time. You can just pew pew pew. It's really good. It's pretty much broken, I would say, because at the same time as they're just pew pewing you, they're also summoning 5/5 minions. I think it's just gonna get to a point where you get overrun, which is not something I really like, because like priests at the moment have like this point of inevitability where they're always gonna kill you because you just can't do anything against it. And with this card, they are getting even more of more tempo out of their hero powers, which are free with Raza and Anduin, and it doesn't even lose their ability, this card. So if they go on a good streak with, say, Lyra, or even with random cheap spells, Silence, Mind Blast, all that stuff, I mean, yeah, it's gonna be really good, this card. Compared to some of the other weapons, I think it will see some play at least. Alright, so the next card is Cobalt Illusionists. And it's a rogue card. And that rattle is summon a 1/1 copy of a minion from your hand. Okay. This is interesting. So now we have to start thinking about minions in our hand, which can be good. For rogues, sadly, there's not too many of them. Want to pull a Van Cleef? No. Do we want to pull an Acolyte? Want to pull a Calisif? Do we want to pull a Vile Spine? No. Do we want to pull... Okay, let me check the rogue minions. Like, I have to consider which minions we are actually playing, which is already not too many, I guess. Fightweed, Ringleader. Okay, maybe Patient Assassin will see some play this expansion. I doubt it though. I don't want to pull an SI, we don't want to pull a Shaku. Okay, Sherazin. Now Sherazin is a card that would be pretty nice to pull. That's definitely a card, but for 4 mana, don't we rather play the Sherazin on that turn than play a Cobalt Illusionists? I kinda think we do. But it would be interesting. Like a Zerol. Zerol would be really good here. Pull a Zerol, pull maybe a Lich King, but then the decks get a bit heavier. Maybe Kane. Yeah. There's a few good options. But I think Rogue also has a lot of crappy options that it can summon. So... Are we gonna see it a lot? I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's 4 mana, it's only a 3/3. No, for me this is a no. It's gonna see some play in some more meme decks, but other than that, no. It's not gonna get used enough to be valuable. Alright, next card is, let's see, Duskbreaker. Okay, so most OP card of the set? Yeah, probably. Priest at the moment, already really strong, but if you can kill them before turn 5, turn 6, depending on what mode you play, Holy Nova, do they have Corn, Dragonfire Potion? Discard. I mean, it's a 4-mana 3/3, just like the other one, and there we were like doubting, is it good enough? Yeah, this one is definitely good enough. You're playing aggro, none of your minions are gonna be more than 3 health. Token Druid, yeah, good luck with that. It's just gonna get destroyed by this one. And even if they only have one, then I can just play another one after it. And I can do a Dragonfire potion, and even the Dust Breaker still survives because it's a dragon. Really good cards. I think especially if you have like Cleric up and you buff it, then it gets out of range of dying, you can heal that in the next turn. Absolutely broken cards. Really good aggro counter. And I think Priest is already strong, they're getting more strong cards. So yeah, I'm thinking that we're gonna see a lot of Priest next expansion. Absolutely great card. Definitely something Priests, I guess, needed against aggro, but at the same time, do they really need tools against aggro as well? Already impossible to beat them sometimes, and now they get this. It's aggro, you don't stand a chance. Doesn't even have like a dragon requirement or something, it's just I mean, yes, okay, sorry, yeah, that's my bad. It does have a dragon requirement, but like there's so many dragons in the game already. Not having a dragon drawn by turn 4 is gonna be really rare, so that's, yeah, that's a card. It's really good. Alright, let's see. The next card will be Druid card, Branching Paths, which I love the art of because it reminds me of the crystal caves in Angora with all the nice crystals and stuff like that. I think maybe it was even like a drawing that they want to use for like the Angora set, but maybe it didn't make it in there, so now I get it here. Branching Paths. So choose twice, draw a card, give your minions +1 attack, or gain 6 armor. Think this card has a lot of possibilities. Draw a card, 4 mana, draw 2. Yeah, it's not too bad. Like if you look at the 4 mana druid cards, let's have a look here. Or like just druid cards in general. For 4 mana, I think it's gonna be like a pretty solid card. It's like a mini nourish if you want to draw just a few extra cards. If you draw it in late game, you can get armor from it, and if you're like an aggressive deck, then you can also get some attack from it, which is pretty good. And maybe you don't want to play a swipe on turn 4, so then this card comes in handy. Although for that purpose it's probably a bit too slow. But yeah, draw a card, give your minions +1 attack or gain 6 armor, and you get to choose it twice. So for Token Druid, this is gonna be like a really nice card. So you get like 4 minions, 5 minions on the board by then. Turn 4, draw this one. Yeah, GG, just like 8 attacks extra. Or if your hand is empty by that time, then you just... Okay, let's draw a few cards. Oh, a Nourish, let's use Nourish next turn and we get even more cards. So the cost is a bit high, maybe for 4. Is it gonna see play? It might, but I kinda have my doubts about it. I think in aggro druid, like token druids and stuff like that, yes, but mainstream druid decks just rely on building minions and ramping up. I don't think it's good enough. But we'll see. Might be wrong. Might be right. Alright, so next card is Twig of the World Tree. Death Rattle, gain 10 mana crystals. Yeah, 10 mana crystals. We could get this out on turn 1. You'd be a really happy druid. Sadly, it's a turn 4 weapon. Has 5 durability, which is actually quite nice. Because it means you have to attack 5 times with it before it can activate. Lays on turn 4, you attack, turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8. Turn 9. Now I'm not sure if this is actually full mana crystals or if it's empty mana crystals. If it's full mana crystals, then it's pretty powerful. But yeah, let's see. So if you want like a Coon type effect where you just gain 10 new mana crystals after this dies, yeah, okay. You can pretty much have 30 mana in one turn, I believe. Is that possible? Play Coon. Refresh your crystals. Play like a Deathwing Dragonlord. Attack, refresh again, and play like a charge, which pulls a Deathwing. Sure, why not? Then you have like 24, 34, 41 damage suddenly on board in one turn. Seems pretty good. Attacking 5 times. Might be empty mana crystals. Doesn't really say. Is it gonna draw if you already have 10? I'm not quite sure. It's a new card, it's only been revealed today, so there's not too much information on it yet. But it's definitely interesting. Like as well with the Druid Hero power, you go to 2 attack, which can be quite powerful. Having played Rogue with Corsairs, the 2 attack really allows you to clear a lot more minions than you would with a 1 attack. So I think only for that it might actually already be enough. It also once again adds to the fact that Druid has so little actual removal for minions and stuff like that. So joined by the crystal, which can just deal 6 damage to a minion. And this one, which can clean up smaller minions, as well as just get buffed by the Druid DK, goes to 4 attack, which, yeah, still pretty good. Just go face, go 4 face. Yep. Will it see play? I think it will. I really think it will. Like, not especially for the death rattle per se, though it kind of depends how it works out with that one. But of course, you can also play it turn 4, and then turn 8, you play Medivh. So then the weapon gets overwritten, and suddenly you're at 10 mana, and you get to use Ultimate Infestation after Medivh, which gives you like a 5/5 as well as another minion. Yeah, this one is definitely gonna see play. It's not as shitty as you might think, even though it takes a while to get going. Alright, so what else do we have? Guild Recruiter is one that was announced at BlizzCon. Recruit a minion that costs 4 or less. For 5 mana, I'd say it's pretty expensive for a 2/4. Would I play this? I don't know. Like, If you have, for example, a Doomsayer in your deck, this could be quite nice. Something like an Acolyte. So recruit a minion that costs 4 or less. Let's see. Let's see. Corpse Taker. Nope. Struggling to find minions that you really just wanna pull out of your deck. Some taunts. Naga Corsairs. Tazdingo, you can pull a Tazdingo. Like a lot of Battlecry minions. Maybe like a Devil's Egg. It's hard to say. Injured Blade Master would be nice. I think we'll see this one in Priest, maybe. No, honestly, I don't think it's that good. No. I don't see it being good, this one. It's just way too expensive to do anything valuable with. So I don't expect it to see play unless there's like a really weird deck where you really want certain minions out. But for 5 mana, no, this is too much. Not a good card. Carnivores Cube, on the other hand, Battlecry, destroy a friendly minion and that roll summon 2 copies of it. Now this one is gonna be interesting. It's a bit like a Moat Lurker, and it's definitely gonna see play, this one. Might not be popular, and it's probably not gonna be in every deck, but just being able to destroy a minion and summon 2 copies of it, yeah, pretty good, pretty good. In Priest, makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense in Death Rattle decks. For example, in Hunter, destroy a Devil's Egg. Nice, get a 5/5, and this on board all of a sudden. This one dies by trading, and you suddenly get 2 other Devil's Eggs, which you can then buff with, say, an Argent Defender, and yeah. Then you sit there, and suddenly the enemy has a ton of minions. So, now, yeah, I said Argent Defender, I meant, what's it called? 3 mana, neutral. I forget its name. Defender of Arius, that's the one. So yeah, definitely a good card. It's gonna see play in quite a bit of decks. Think about Shaman. Oh, alright. You know, if you just put it in your deck and you're playing a Paladin, why not eat your own Tyrion? Eat your own Tyrion, get the weapon. Go face, go face, go face. Oh, this one dies to a Pyro Equality. What a shame. Suddenly there's 2 Tyrions on the board. Okay, well, good luck dealing with it. Unless you're like Anduin and you can just like load them up and GG, but you get the point. Definitely a good card. I love the design as well, looks really cool. So yeah, hoping this one sees play. Because it's gonna make for some fun decks and weird things you have to play around if this one is a possibility. So that's good. What else do we have? Level up. So earlier we were talking about 2 mana 1/1 that gives 3 Silverhand recruits in your hand. Now, of course, it's combinable with this one. It gives your Silverhand recruits +2/+2. So if you play 3 of them plus a hero power plus this one, then you have a board with 4 3/3 Silverhand recruits with taunt. Now, is that good? Sure, I'll take it. But I will not take it for 10 mana, I believe, because it's... Okay, sure, they're annoying, but they're also easily killed by most things. And so... I think this card is too expensive to see play. Maybe at 4 mana it would see more play, but it would also be a bit more broken, I'd say. At 4 mana, so if you can get rolling early on, there's just no stopping it. I think 5 mana is definitely enough. We don't want another Spreading Plague in Paladin this time, so this card, don't think it will see play. They've been trying to push like the dude Paladin a lot, and I know it's popular in Wild. I played against it yesterday, it was really annoying. But someone on Reddit also said that Quartermaster is just a better card to play at this point, just because it also gives a body, and that's definitely something that I totally agree with. So this card, nope, not gonna see play. This one, also not gonna see play. It's like a really nice card for Warlock, and what it does is at the end, so you have to play a couple of spells, at the end it just destroys your opponent's deck. Insane card for Tavern Brawl and probably for Toast as well, but just play on regular ladder? No, I don't see it happening. So it says add the first seal to your hand, and I'll see what the seal does. So the first seal summons a 2/2 demon and costs 5 mana. So, sorry, first seal costs 5 mana, summon a 2/2 demon and add the second seal to your hand. Then second seal summons a 3/3 also for 5 mana. Then we have the third seal which summons a 4/4, the fourth seal which summons a 5/5, and then we have a final seal which summons a 6/6 and gives you Azari the Devourer in your hand. And what Azari the Devourer does is Battlecry, destroy your opponent's deck, 10 mana, 10/10. If you ever get this off, then your opponent is done, except for what he has in his hand. So, really OP, really nice, but will you ever finish this? No, no, you just won't. Like, okay, so you have to play Rin first, then you need Rin to actually die. Yeah, 6 health. Just Tonto, so she will die a bit easier than if she didn't have it. But so you need a turn for her to die. Then you need to use 5 mana to play 1 seal. 5. So in total you have to play 25. You have to waste 25 mana on playing seals or just getting some stupid minions before you in the end have to play another minion that costs 10 mana. Nah, this is not gonna happen. It's just too much to see regular play, which is probably a good thing, of course, but yeah, would be nice if like the Warlock Legendary was at least a bit useful. But we've seen this trend as well with like the DKs. The DKs are pretty good, but then the legendaries are usually a bit more memeish, a bit more crappy. So yeah. It's not gonna see play, but it's gonna see play in different formats. It's gonna see play in meme decks. It's gonna be a really fun card to watch, and it's gonna add a lot of joy to the game. But it's not actually gonna be a competitive card. I assume the seals can be added to your hand via Yogg and stuff like that, even though they're a spell. So, pretty good. Okay. Yeah, can Yogg cast it? That's a good question. Except cast the final seal. And then you get to summon a 6/6 demon and add Azari to your hand. Huh. Be interesting. I'm not sure about how the mechanics work, so I'm not gonna go into that. Okay. Yeah, looking forward to this card. If I have it, then I'll probably play it in Tavern Brawl, where like spells are cheap and stuff like that. Just destroy your opponent's deck. It's gonna be really, really cool. Gonna be a lot of fun. Alright, do we have any more cards? I think we're nearing the end. Gather your party, recruit a minion, a warrior card. 6 mana. Could be interesting. Control warrior can pull some big minions. Can pull like a Grom, for example, and still have room to do like a whirlwind effect and maybe an execute as well in the same turn. And then we're even only at 9 mana. Can pull taunt, I guess, with it. Or in wild, you can pull something like a Ragnaros or Sylvanas if you really, really want it. So good cards. A bit expensive, but I think there's room for decks to be built around this card. So yeah, I like it. And I think it will definitely see some play, especially in like more control warrior type decks. I guess maybe with like a dead man's hand. I just take like a really big minion and shuffle it in your deck. Then you recruit it. Yeah. Interesting card. It's really simple, but I think it will see play. Trying to figure out what the map says. But I'm not sure about that one. Okay, so let's see. More cards. Alunef, the Mage legendary weapon. At the end of your turn, draw 3 cards. This will be interesting. And so you play it, and at the end of that turn it procs. So it's 3 cards. So that's basically, this one has the value of 3 arcane intellects, right? Let's do arcane intellect. There we go. So it's draw 2 cards for 3 mana. This one is 6, and you draw 3 cards. So in order to get 6 cards, you need to play 3 arcane intellect. So it's mana efficient if you can keep it up. Of course, you have to realize if you draw 3 cards from your deck, 5 turns, suddenly you're like 15 cards deep. It's gonna be hard not to overdraw with this card. It's gonna be really hard not to overdraw, because you have to find a way to remove it from yourself, which is Medivh and only Medivh, I think. Are there any neutral cards that actually equip weapons? think it's only Medivh that does that. So sure, you can equip this and for 2 or 3 turns keep it equipped and play Medivh. And then a nice full hand. But if you don't play Medivh, you're gonna keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing until your hand is so full that you're just gonna discard a bunch of cards. It has no attack, so you also can't remove it, which makes it a bit more balanced, I guess. Because otherwise it would be draw 9 cards. Okay, great. And that was good value, and then it goes away. But now it has the possibility to actually really draw you into fatigue. So the question is this gonna see play? I don't think so. The draw is nice. There's already so many good draw mechanics from Mage. I think Arcane Intellect in most cases is enough. Like even for Quest Mage, I'm not sure if this is gonna do it, even though they want to draw really fast. But I think this one is just gonna be too much. Because you want to keep your combo pieces. So let's say you have like 4 pieces at the most, and then you're gonna draw 3 cards. There's gonna be a lot of draw mechanics in those cards you draw, so your hand is gonna become saturated really fast. And yeah, might happen that you discard an Antonidas, who knows? So I don't think it's good enough. I really don't. Well, I just don't. Not gonna see play. Let's keep it at that. Alright, so do I have more? Lesser Sapphire Spellstone, which is a shaman card. Summon a 1/1, or sorry, summon 1 copy of a friendly minion and 3 mana to overload 3 mana crystals to upgrade. So then it becomes a summon 2 copies and summon 3 copies of a friendly minion, all for the 7 mana. Yeah, I think this one is a good card, especially only 3 mana overloads. Really good. I think with Evolve Shaman, give an example. If you're playing Wild, you have 1 Ragnaros. Over the time, you have like overloaded, and for 7 mana, suddenly you have 3 Ragnaroses extra, so you have 4 Ragnaroses. I'm not sure in total. That's pretty good, and that's interesting. Could be an OTK then. Alright. Yeah, 4 times 8, 32. Feels pretty good. By self-analysis. Okay. So yeah, that's cool. It offers a lot of possibilities. Let's keep it at that. Charge Devil Store. If you get it from like an evolve, it still works with the hero power as well from the DK. So you can like evolve something and even play like evolve on all your minions, and then still play this one if you just get 1 decent minion. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Baron Geddon, only you deal 8 damage to your opponent. that's something that's gonna happen. Like there's gonna be like a video like, oh look what I did, and there's gonna be 4 Baron-Geddons on the board, and it's just gonna destroy his opponent. So yeah, powerful cards. Gonna be really annoying. Reverse Flame Strike, where like instead of removing your minions, just spawns a ton of bullshit for you to have to deal with. Yeah, there's gonna be a bunch of new cards as well. It can be annoying. Like 4 mana, 7/7. Sure. Let's see. Yeah. I think this is gonna be a decent card. It's gonna be a really annoying card, but sadly it will see play. Then Lesser Mithril Spellstone. Summon a 5/5 Mithril Golem. Equip a weapon to upgrade. So this is a really interesting card, and it's one that I think will be great for Control Warrior. Just trying to find... there it is. So what it does is basically upgrade to summon 2 5/5 Mithril Golems and summon 3 5/5 Mithril Golems. Obviously it's gonna be like really easy to play this card in like Deadman's Hand, Warrior, or just keep cycling it. Since it's just a rare card, you can also have 2 of it, so you're gonna have like a bunch of them at the same time, and you're just gonna be able to keep flooding the board with 5/5s. So it's gonna be really interesting. Add some whirlwind effects to that. You can draw even more. Like Inner Rage. I think it's gonna be a good card, this one. It's definitely gonna be worth playing in some decks. Like the weapon requirements, they're not too bad. Like you can have Azot's First Mate, which is like a weapon. Add Wind Axe if you're play like the one with the AoE with the whirlwinds. Forgot what it's called. The one that gets played in Deadman's Hand. Let's see here, Blood Razor. That one's getting played quite a lot. Then there's like Karate Armor Smith if you want like more weapon, more minions. Of course, there's Arcanite Reaper. And if it's gonna be like a really strong control deck, then there's Gorehowl, as well as Malkarok, although they're already at 7 mana, which might be a bit annoying. Because I guess ideally you want it before 7 mana, so... But we'll see. Hell, even Forge of Souls might see some play where you just draw 2 weapons from your deck, just equip them, and Wind Axe is gonna make a comeback because it's just gonna make it easier for you to get the Spellstone going. So yeah, keep an eye out for this card. Let's see. Alright, I think this was the last one. No, not yet, we have a few more. Crushing Walls, destroy your opponent's left and right most minions. It's a very Star Wars themed card. It looks a bit like a trash compactor. Definitely interesting. Not too hard to play around. But when we get to like the 7 mana cost, then there's also a lot more big minions that you can play it solo on the board, which can be kind of annoying. And I assume that if there's only one, then it just kills that one. So overall, really good removal card. But I don't think it's gonna see all that much play just because it's way too expensive at 7 mana. I'm not sure if Hunter actually has something that's like 7 mana ish. Longbows. Oh, that's pretty much the only 7 mana Hunter card. Oh, interesting. There's a Gladiator's Longbow, but no, I think it's too slow. And yeah, I don't see it get played all that often. I really don't. I mean, it's good. It's like a bit of a deadly shot vibe. Hunter's Mark, better Hunter's Mark, yeah. What else you play? I don't think so. I'm gonna stick with that. I don't think it will see play. Not for 7 mana at least. But we'll see. Okay, do you have more? I think we have like one more. Baron the Fox, you've all seen him, you've all played him. Let's skip him. And get to Katarina Winter Wisp. Really good card. Really good card. So, does she change the last card? No, before Marin at least. Should make it more viable or less viable? I guess you can clean up the board a bit before you drop her. Get like a King Crush, for example, from your deck. Kill whatever's left. Really good card. I like this one a lot. I think it will definitely see play. Pull like Savannah High main. You can pull like a King Crush. You can pull like an Alley Cat. Yeah, I like it. It even has some weird synergy with like the Hunter quest. So yeah, I think it will be a good card. Just checking the Hunter quest. Play 7 non-cost minions. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a really good card because that's both the battle cry and the death rattle, which is really cool. It's a bit understated for 8, but if you pull at least like say a 2/2 minion, for example, it's gonna be even, and a lot of the time you're just gonna pull something really big from your deck. So yeah, this is a good card. It's gonna see a lot of play, and there's gonna be some crazy things get pulled. So yeah, looking forward to actually having a hunter deck that's not just smork, but a little more consistent and more fun to play. Alright, so then we have the last card, which is the Rune Spear, and it's the joke of the expansion, if you ask me. It's an 8 mana, super expensive shaman card. 3 durability, and after your hero attacks, discover a spell and cast it with random targets. Yeah, no, it's just not like you can even make it a 5/3 and it would still be bad, I think. Like there's a lot of damage spells for Shaman, okay, sure, but do you want it to go randomly? It might as well hit your face, so no, it's not something I like. Okay, sure, like Lightning Storm, Meteor, sure. Not Meteor. Meteor, no, it's Volcano. Yeah, that can work. You can draw some cards, but yeah, you can maybe draw like a rock biter weapon and just buff it a little bit. It gets a bit better actually. But you can't attack with it that turn anymore, so it's kinda useless as well then. No, horrible card. It's not gonna see play. It's not at all consistent enough, and there's no guaranteed chance of a payoff if you equip this and attack with it, except that it's probably gonna kill something. But whatever comes out of it, probably gonna be rather disappointing. You might get like a heal or something, yeah, but I think if you want a heal, then you better play a heal instead of play this one. Okay, so that's the end of the presentation that I made. So that's all the cards. How long did we take for this? Oh, it's just over an hour, so that's great. I'm gonna end it here, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna play some Hearthstone a bit later, but I'm just gonna end this video so I can upload it as well. Thank you very much for watching. I hope the rest of the cards will have some awesome cool mechanics as well. And I hope you guys are gonna enjoy the expansion, and I also hope that you keep watching. So hit the follow button, hit the like button, subscribe, do whatever you have to, but please come back. Alright? See you then.